Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of NASCAR 05. We are back once again for the NASCAR Busch National Series, race number 22 of 34 on the season at the Indianapolis Raceway Park for the Kroger 200. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we're going to get into this race a little bit later than expected here tonight. But, you know, that can happen on work nights sometimes. So, nonetheless, though, I am off for work tomorrow, so we will get a race started at a decent time. I will not be able to do a NASCAR Heat 5 video tomorrow at all either, but I may have a special stream coming out tomorrow afternoon, so be on the lookout for that. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, it might be the start of a new series on the channel. But anyway, let's get this race underway. Qualified on the pole with our driver Kevin Harvick this season. A little short track racing on a Wednesday night. Hopefully we have a lot of fun as we usually do right here on the channel. Tim Irvin, R6R6, welcome to the stream. And here we go. The championship race heats on between Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. Green flag is in the air as Harvick leads the field into turn one. Easily clearing Kyle Busch off turn two. Now Busch has a car underneath him for second place. And Kevin Harvick will lead the opening lap of the race at Indianapolis Raceway Park. This is a track that is no longer in any of the top three series in NASCAR. The Busch and the Truck Series used to race here. So the Busch Series, which now known as the Xfinity Series, went on to race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the oval configuration, and now the road course configuration, taking away the date that Indianapolis Raceway Park held for quite some time in those couple of series. I like donuts and NASCAR. Welcome to the stream as well. So tomorrow night we're going to have a Busch Series stream. The start time is going to be between 8:30 and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'd like to get closer to 8:30. I'm going to be gone in the evening hours tomorrow, but I will be having a special stream tomorrow afternoon. And again, that is going to be the start of a new series on the channel. Not sure exactly on the start time for that one either, but that will be... I will have like the chat and everything uploaded within a few hours before the actual start of the streams to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. But it may have something to do with rewatching a classic NASCAR race, or at least a watch along, I guess, of a race that has already happened. And if we have success with it, then we might continue that going forward on Thursdays, because I don't work Thursdays. And I'd like to make Thursdays maybe a throwback Thursday going forward. I will not tell you what race, though, that we are going to be watching, but I will tell you that much at least. Kevin Harvick's car is a little tight in the center of the corner. It seems like he's able to get the car to roll back down to the bottom again in the center after it pushes up the racetrack. He's going to have to be careful, though, because he may lose the lead, especially now that Kyle Busch is back to second place again. Busch can get a good enough of a run on corner entry, and Harvick slides up in the middle like he has been. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, contact off turn two. Here's a benefactor of short track racing. A little bit of contact between the top two. Harvick does hold on to the lead. Both cars stayed pretty steady even through the contact, believe it or not. Not as steady as they can be. Kyle Busch had a little wiggle getting down into turn three now. IRP is Indianapolis Raceway Park. I don't know where exactly in Indianapolis it's at. I'd assume it's pretty close to downtown, but I really don't know. I have not seen the racetrack, even though I've been to Indianapolis a couple times for NASCAR races already. I haven't seen like any like signs or anything on the highway of like Indianapolis Raceway Park, this exit or whatever either, so I have no clue exactly where at in Indianapolis it is. Kyle Busch kept fighting for that lead. He's going to get underneath Kevin Harvick, and he's going to clear him off turn 4. So Kyle Busch is going to take the race lead now. Really crowded Harvick. Now Harvick drives it deep into turn 3, and he's going to get Busch right back. Clearing him off at turn 4. Kyle Busch was able to get 5 bonus points for leading that last lap, though. That was big for him. This chase for the championship as Busch looks low again. Harvick going to look a little lower, trying to pull the block, but he couldn't quite beat Kyle Busch all the way down to the bottom. Into turn 3, they make contact again. Harvick trying to stay in it. Busch is clear. Harvick slides a little bit too early on the dive that time into turn 3. Still gets a decent drive off. It'll try to the inside again into turn 1 to get back around Kyle Busch. Top 2 get racy early on. We will do another online lobby in the next week or so. I can't set an actual day for it right now and actually stick with it. That's the problem with my schedule. Because I want to make sure whatever day I can set it for that I can stick to it no matter what happens, that something couldn't come up on that particular day that I end up setting it. And with it being a holiday weekend this week, it makes it a little bit tough. I will promise, though, that we will get one out before I go to Bristol in another week and a half. More like 2. I got about 2 weeks till I leave for Bristol. 2 weeks from tomorrow before I leave, so we'll do one before then. I will promise you that. A little bump and run, and Kyle Busch again gets back to the lead. Harvick pitches it off into turn 1. These guys are going back and forth, and now Harvick puts the door on Busch, and he kind of shoved him up into the outside wall. Busch went a lot wider in the exit of turn 2 compared to what he wanted to, and Kevin Harvick squeezed him. So we're beating and banging back and forth. Usually, most of the battles we've seen between these two drivers over the last half a dozen races, probably even more than that, is good, hard, clean racing. But today they're getting a little aggressive. As we get closer and closer to the end of the season, only 12 races to go after this one concludes today. The race is definitely on for the championship, and with both drivers under a blanket right here, this is so vital. Every position so vital in this championship hunt, and in just a 200-lap race on a short track today, we know this race is going to fly by. It's going to be a very short race, so they're trying to take advantage early and trying to lead as many laps as they can. Harvick obviously with the advantage for now. Kyle Busch could not get the inside. Harvick was very protective of the bottom that time into 3. Kyle tried the outside, but really didn't work out for him, but he drives it in deep into 1 and 2 again anyway. And into turn 3, it's Busch going to get to the lead. Harvick trying to get the crossover. Into turn 1 now, Kyle Busch is passed again. Slide job by Harvick, up the track he goes. Kyle looking to pass back down into turn 3 again. He overruns the corner, washes up the track, and almost gave up the second position. Harvick slammed the door shut immediately. Harvick entered in way too deep now in 1 and 2, and Busch is coming right back again. Back and forth action between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. Contact. Bump and run for Busch, and he's back in the lead again. Oh, man. Kyle just sideswiped Harvick. Harvick gets a little loose, and Busch hangs on to the lead. Barely holds on to the second position. He's going to have to run Kyle Busch back down again. Harvick sliding around again in 3 and 4. I'd have to imagine this is going to be a 1 pit stop race today, but we'll wait and see just to make sure. Get to well over 50 laps into the run before they get to halfway on fuel. It's definitely going to be a 1 pit stop race. Alternate through the different camera angles in the early going of tonight's race. Harvick all over the back of Busch. Where is he going to be able to make the run on him, though? Harvick's just not close enough to be able to make a dive underneath Kyle Busch for the lead right now. Kyle's doing a great job holding on. His top two are starting to slowly pull back away from the rest of the field again. Busch again with a little bit of a block. Chopping Harvick's nose off in the center of turns 1 and 2. Harvick tries to take the dive into turn 1. Busch almost gave up enough bottom for Harvick to make the move. Harvick going to try again to the inside into turn 3. Gets a little sideways. Up the track goes the 21. And Busch holds on to the lead again. Once we got about 25 laps into this thing, seems like Kevin Harvick's car is starting to slide around a little bit more. Definitely not seeming like he's able to grip up as well as he wants to make those late dives into the corner, harder into the braking zones to try and steer underneath the 5 of Kyle Busch. Busch trying to block again and pinch Harvick off into turn 3. Kyle's definitely starting to lead a lot more laps now in this race. Little contact between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick again. Lap traffic coming up here pretty soon. Oh man, Harvick slides again. Looked like he almost got underneath Busch. It seemed like he beat him back to the gas, but in doing so, he had a bit of a power slide along the way. And there he goes, underneath Busch off turn 4. Kyle trying to crowd inside, draft him down the front straightaway into turn 1, and they make contact. Oh, bounce off the wall for Harvick. Kyle Busch going to hold on to the lead. Busch trying to crowd Harvick again. Harvick kind of flatlines it into one and slides the tires. First lap car of the night, Luke Nixon, 63. Going to stay up high and let both Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick get around him in 3 and 4. That was a big run in the center of the corner that time. Oh, and Harvick tried to hook him. He tried to move him up out of the way, and all he did was shoot him further out ahead. Tried to give him a little tap on the left rear corner panel and say, hey, I'm here, let me go. Kyle's not wanting to give up the lead. All it did was slow the 21 car down. Getting desperate for these bonus points. Slow the tires again. Doesn't take much. Halfway on fuel at lap 54. These guys should be able to make it on one stop today. Barring a caution in a weird spot in tonight's race. By that I mean right around the edge of the pit window. Hey, I mean, again, you guys get to vote. When that first stream comes with NASCAR 21 Ignition, you guys better be there so you can make your vote which driver I'm going to use for our first season, which will be a custom schedule season if custom schedule is available in the next NASCAR game. We're going to take a bit of a dive, 3 wide, thought about it, but Busch really shut the door, and I don't think 3 wide at Indianapolis Raceway Park is a bright idea either. Gotta think big picture, though, still in this race. I know Harvick wants to get up there and not allow Kyle Busch to get a bunch of bonus points, but Harvick just needs this consistency. He's the one with a little bit of a decent-sized points lead. Not huge by any means, but again, has to think big picture. Drives deep into turn 1, but he slides the tires again. That just was enough for Busch to hang on. That car ended up getting in the wall off the exit of turn 2 on the high side as Harvick and Busch drove by on the bottom. Car's tight on exit, over halfway through the tire stint. Man, look crowded Sean Batson, and he got into the wall off turn 2. Good drive off turn 4 that time. Trying to drive it in deep. It's kind of tight off the exit and very loose on entry. Contact there. Kyle's starting to slowly get away from Harvick in the lap traffic. Kevin's definitely struggling with the handling of the car right now. Kenny Walsh bounces off the wall. Corner exit to turn 4. Luckily, he had the car clear. When he's not side by side, he can use all the racetrack off the exit of the corner. The problem is, and right there again, he gets into the left rear of Drew Campbell. Really starting to get tight off the exit of these corners. It's costing him. Terry Lewis, welcome to the stream. I'm going to assume that 2311 is taking Starcom's charter. You would think, with them expanding to a 2-car team next year and not having that second charter, that and GTG Doherty already announced that they were going to a 1-car organization next year, so I would assume that they're going to take it. Because remember, their second car with Ryan Preece is not chartered. Ryan Preece is not chartered at all. Kyle Busch, I think he just got shuffled to the outside. Nope, not quite. I'm excited. I'm optimistic about the next gen car, honestly. Try to be optimistic with a lot of things, so I'd like to think that it can be good. If the racing is solid, obviously I'm going to love it. I can't wait to be at the Daytona 500 next year when I get to see all those cars roll off at once. Well, really, in the days leading up to it with speed weeks going on and stuff, I'll get a good glimpse of it. But it's going to be a pretty cool experience. Heard they're having a pack test coming up pretty soon here. It's closed to the public though, so not like we're gonna have a whole lot of information, I guess, outside of what the driver's intake is going to be on it. We'll see how that's going to work. Ooh, contact. I don't know if Kyle Busch got into one of the lap cars or the lap cars might have gotten together that were on the outside of Busch. That would have been Hermie Sadler and Jason Keller. Maybe even David Green up there as well. And although Harvick has slipped back from Kyle Busch, he's still within about a half a second. He's got a lot of lap cars in between the top two right now. Harvick just can't hold the exit to the corners quite like he wants to. A little contact off the exit of turn 2 with Hermie Sadler now. Drives by David Green through turns 3 and 4 as well. And Kyle Busch is definitely lapping a lot of cars early on. We're almost halfway home already, still caution free. 3 wide off of turn number 4. How did they make it without any contact there? Oh, 22 car. Keller gotten into the outside wall off turn 2. Vito holds on for the position. Bobby Hamilton Jr. about to go a lap down. He's trying to fight hard. He's holding up Kyle Busch quite a bit as Harvick closes that gap on Busch. Oh, and now Hamilton shuts the door on Harvick. Oh, and Hamilton tries to squeeze into the middle. Harvick had about half his car on the apron trying to stay away from the 25 car, but with Hamilton going 3 wide up the middle between Harvick and Yaley, that allowed for that contact to take place. Yeah, it is hard to believe that the car of tomorrow was started in 2007. They would have had a bunch of testing and stuff like that in 06 even. It's crazy how long ago that was already, for sure. Really close to that left rear corner panel of the 25 car. Harvick slides in front of him into turn 1. He wanted to make sure he had Hamilton clear. Kyle Busch is struggling with both Ron Hornaday and Billy Parker. Casey Atwood up there as well, and Harvick gets the exit to turn number 4. He's underneath Busch as they're 3 wide into 1. Oh, contact! Kevin Harvick completely overshot the corner right into the side of Kyle Busch, and Busch holds on to the lead. This is as close to Harvick has been to the lead in quite some time. Kyle's led over 50 laps consecutively here. Casey Atwood get across Harvick over as he had a little hiccup off the exit of turn number 2. Harvick going to try the outside intentionally now. Try to see if he can get more grip up there. It's a little too tight on the bottom. Actually seems like Harvick's rolling the outside a little bit better than what he was on the inside. Finally changing his lineup. Kyle Busch just trying to block whatever lane Harvick runs. Harvick went back down to the bottom that time, trying to take his chances. Back to the top. Busch runs the bottom. Harvick gets a run. Busch makes contact. Harvick backed up, and then the 14 of Atwood got it into the back of him now. Lap car in the way of Busch. Harvick trying to swing to the inside. He gets a little sideways. A little too deep on the dive. And Busch shuts the door again. Another run off the exit of turn 2 for Harvick. Underneath Kyle Busch and clear through 3 and 4. Harvick finally back in the lead. But what a fight Kyle Busch put on him. So later in this run, Harvick has moved up a little bit and has ran that middle to upper lane. He's going to continue to do that. Giving up the bottom for Kyle Busch. He's going to block Busch into turn 1. Busch crosses to the high side. Harvick pushes up the track right into him. It's definitely been Rubbins racing tonight. None of these top 2 giving an inch. Kyle Busch had to get back around Casey Atwood, who got to the bottom. Harvick back down low to try and hold Busch back. Slides up the track just a little bit. Kyle Busch gonna get underneath. Side by side for the lead into turn 3. Busch side drafts the 21 as much as he can on a short track. Harvick trying to get him back. Some cars cycling off of the pit lane right now. Kyle Busch back to the lead, clear off of turn 2. Harvick is all over him. Harvick slid the tires a little too much in the center of the corner again, and Kyle Busch holds on to the lead. Kyle Busch is not giving up the battle tonight. Harvick trying to clear into 3. Busch holding on strong on the outside for now. Had a little contact with the 21. Now they make more contact. My goodness. Harvick slides the tires now into the next corner. Trying to get the drive off. Busch is still up there. Kyle crowds him that time, and Harvick runs up into the side of him saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" And Busch puts him in the wall. Kyle Busch has just put Harvick in the wall. Tempers are flaring here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Oh man, Harvick had to jam the brakes into 3 as Kyle Busch made a very late dive to try and make it to pit road. And Harvick stuck on the outside of lap 102, just past halfway. Harvick doesn't want to give up too much more time. He's going to come into the pits as well. So Kyle Busch pitted a lap sooner. It'll be 4 fresh tires and a full tank of gas for the 21 of Harvick. Trying to settle himself down after Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick have been going back and forth since the start of the race. Beating and banging involved as well. Man, oh man. Oh, jeez. I realized the commitment lane was right there. Kyle Busch was going to cycle out ahead anyway. It didn't cost as much time. Harvick going to have to try to run Kyle Busch down now. There's a lot of lap cars coming out of the pits. Slight mistake there by Harvick into 3. Shows Ron Hornaday in the race lead getting some bonus points right now, but I believe he still has to hit pit road. Oh, it was contact between Dwayne Borland and Kevin Harvick, rather. One more driver on the pit road that time. See when Ron Hornaday is going to pit still. He's on the racetrack. He'll stay out again. Harvick a little loose, trying to get underneath the 63 of Nixon. Pushes up the track right into him. A lot of lap traffic right now around Kyle Busch, but he's a couple seconds ahead of Kevin Harvick as they currently run. And finally, Ron Hornaday will come onto pit road. Oh man, that was a big slide. Drifting his way around J.J. Yaley. These graphics, it's hard to tell exactly where Kyle Busch is at on the racetrack. Or which car he is. Oh, there he is. Now the indicator's just finally lit up, so he's still got a few lap cars between where Harvick's at currently and where Kyle Busch is at on the racetrack. Best chance for Harvick to get around Busch is going to be when these tires are fresher for both drivers, because we know deeper into this run, it seems like Kyle Busch's car is a little bit better than Harvick's. Harvick has a harder time trying to keep up with him. Harvick is having a tough trying to hold the bottom, even on fresher tires now. When there's somebody on his outside, he just pushes right into him. Sure, just rushing around the lap traffic itself is not helping. Definitely going to have to settle down when he gets to Kyle Busch again this time. Still got time left in the race. Harvick purposely chose the outside that time through 3 and 4. As again through 1 and 2. Trying to change that lane up as much as he can right now. Go to the bottom now with the 56 car up high right in front of him. So tight on the inside with the car on the outside of him, and now the 56 got the wall off of turn 2. Well, that is Bobby Hamilton Jr. right in line behind Kyle Busch on the inside. Trying to get his lap back. Not sure what position Bobby Hamilton Jr. is in, but we mentioned he comes into this race third in the point standings. Top 2 in the point standings are running 1-2 right now. Harvick, the points leader, second. Second place in points, Kyle Busch leads, and Busch has led more laps in this race up to this point than Harvick as well. Hamilton in the way. Harvick trying to get around him. He wiggled quite a bit off turn 4. Wasn't going to make the pass there. Push up the track now into turns 1 and 2. Trying to get a drive off. He's going to go deep into turn 3, hoping Hamilton gives him enough room. Just enough. Harvick is going to clear him off turn 4. Now he's actually going to get underneath Kyle Busch for the race lead. Harvick going for the lead into the corner. Busch holds him tight. And again, it seems like when Harvick gets close to clearing Kyle Busch, Busch kind of crowds him. He makes some contact. And Kyle Busch again holds on to the race lead. Harvick trying to block Bobby Hamilton Jr. and fend him off so he can try to get a run at Busch himself. Both cars blocking each other now. Harvick being blocked as he was trying to throw a block on a car behind him. It's going to be extremely tough for Harvick to not only get out in front, but even stay out in front with how fast Kyle Busch is here today. Wiggled again, just drove it in too deep. So frustrating for Harvick to speed right here. When he does make a run, Busch just keeps chopping him off. These guys are not cutting each other in. He slacked tonight like you would usually see from him. And there's a big block by Busch. He was not clear that time. Oof. Harvick was not going to make that corner at that angle, especially with the lap car of Drew Campbell on the outside. Traffic starting to hold Kyle Busch back up again. Oh, Kyle got a little loose getting into 3. That might be the dive Harvick needs. 3 wide. This is going to get tight into turn 1. Look at Busch trying to squeeze his way through. And blocking Harvick into turn 3. Holds on to the lead again. Still just over 60 laps to go. Lap car, Russell Hughes almost got in the wall right in front of Kyle Busch. That costed him a little bit now. Harvick underneath using Hughes as a pit car. Harvick is clear. Oh no, he put himself in the wall. He tried to clear Hughes a little too early and he just about T-boned himself. Very mistimed judgment there, and Busch is going to get back to the lead on the inside. Oh, they got hooked. Busch is in the wall. Kyle Busch is turned, and we have a caution. Oh, my goodness. You had to assume that was coming at some point with the way these guys were racing all night long with each other. Jeez. It's hard racing both ways. I think they've lapped the field. I think they're the only 2 cars on the lead lap right now, so it's not like it really costed them anything. Green flag back in the air. Lap cars on the inside of the lead lap cars. I wish I had a really good restart. Harvick has to muscle his way right back around Bobby Hamilton Jr., who slaps the wall now off the exit of turn 2. Kyle Busch has had clean air, no lap traffic directly in front of him. Harvick with a dive into the corner, trying to just get by the 113 for right now, and he does. It's Tiny Buchanan in the 113 car. Kyle Busch got to hold his position. Harvick is all over him again off the exit of turn 4. 60 laps to go. Both of these cars are a little banged up. Most of that contact with each other. It's a good corner for Harvick. Problem is Kyle Busch had a good corner too. Boy, Harvick all over Kyle Busch. So close. And Busch just shut the door into turn 1. Oh, a little contact. Harvick back in the lead. Maybe not for long though. And Busch is back out in front. For every answer Kyle Busch has, a quick counter answer. By the 5 of Kyle Busch. Kyle crowding Harvick, a little contact. Pretty clean that time through 1 and 2. Harvick slides into 3 a little bit, but he's going to hold clear off turn 4 on Kyle Busch, and now Harvick's got the clean air with no lap traffic out in front for now. Busch just rolls back down so easily. He can get the car to the inside. And again, he gets right back underneath the 21. Harvick going to try to cross him over. Somehow didn't slide the tires, cutting it down that low that time. And he is underneath Busch. Side by side through 1 and 2. Harvick trying to hold ground. Oh, forcing himself clear on the 5 of Busch. And again, it's Kyle Busch who has a run, and Harvick gets into the wall on his own. We still got 49 laps to go at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick trying to settle the score. Kyle just gets such a good run off the exit of the corners. Oh, and they hit again. Where these two are racing here, I don't know if they're going to be able to hold up. Harvick clear into 1 and 2. Busch trying to cross back over again, and he gets to the inside. Harvick trying to crowd him, and they make more contact. These two have definitely ruffled each other's feathers. Yeah, slow car on the inside of the track. Couldn't tell who it was exactly. Whoever it was, they seem to be out of the race. Trying to make their way onto pit road. Harvick makes the move underneath Busch off turn 4. Into turn 1. Oh, Busch crowds him. Harvick did shove up the track a little bit. Harvick slides, trying to get back underneath Busch in the following corner. Can't get there. Checkers or wreckers. It might be that way here tonight. For both of these guys' case, how hard they want to win, they need to finish the race, worst case scenario. They have been beating and banging from the get-go. And if the rivalry was friendly before, it might not be anymore. Now into lap traffic, and this is where Harvick was not able to keep up with Busch earlier in the races because of the lap cars. They're going to have to be maybe a little bit more patient. 40 laps to go. Patience has to be wearing thin because every time he gets to the lead, he gets past the next lap. Oh, lap cars tangled up off turn 2. A little contact. One of them got into the wall and stacked up the accordion line there. Harvick all over Busch again. He's trying to hold on strong. Gonna try to go to the high side. Kyle gonna run that same line, but Harvick gets a good drive off the exit of turn 2 into 3. Harvick to the inside. Look at Busch trying to crowd him. No contact. Harvick slides off the exit of the corner and Busch holds clear. A little loose again. Oh, they might be 3 wide with the lap car up there. Nearly 3 wide, not quite. Sliding around again, and Busch opens that gap up. Kyle Busch trying to pull away. We'll see if we stay green to the end of the race. Oh, lap car is going to cost Kyle. Big time through 1 and 2. Kyle Busch is stuck on the outside, and Harvick's going to get back to the lead. Donnie Hart in the 128 held up Busch. Harvick's not clear yet. Still got to get around Donnie Hart. Really tried to pinch Kyle Busch up there, and he did. Harvick to the lead off of turn 4, 34 laps to go. Kyle trying to fight back quickly, because he was stuck on the outside with a couple lap cars at his bottom. Wasn't quite able to battle back quickly on Harvick. Look at him close off the exit of turn 2, and he is there. Harvick a little loose into the corner. Busch tried the outside that time, though. You're going to try to set him up by running the high side one of these corners and then ducking back low. Harvick not going to make this easy. I have to assume Kyle Busch has very nearly clinched the most laps led, or already has to this point. He's still going to try to lead as much as he can. He never knows if he can even get back to the lead at this pace. Busch just dives it in there. Harvick will lead that lap at the line. 30 laps to go now at IRP, and there's more contact into turn 1. And Busch barely clears him off the exit of turn 2. Two are lucky they're on a short track that they're able to beat and bang this much, and they're able to actually keep control of their cars. A little more of a bump. Slides the tires into turn one. He's having a hard time trying to keep him pinned to the bottom. Almost got into Jared Holmes, who was on the outside there, and Harvick slides again. Just lacks the grip on these longer runs. He struggled in lap traffic as well. Busch has been a little bit better there. These laps wind down so quickly at IRP. Great corner exit for Harvick that time. He door bangs Busch down the backstretch. That hurts Harvick, though, on his corner entry into 3. More often than not, he's not trying to get into Kyle Busch, but just with both cars running so tight on one another and pushing as hard as he can, it's just bound to happen. Because nobody's wanting to give an inch. .25 to go. Harvick underneath Busch again. Busch trying to squeeze 3 wide with the lap car right there. This is going to be tight off the exit of the corner. I don't know how they made it. Look at Busch just completely take the line away of Harvick again as he sends it into the corner. He never made contact, but he just completely takes the line away of Harvick, not allowing him to get back into the gas, giving Kyle Busch the drive on corner exit. Oh, Busch got a little loose that time into 3. Gathered it up quickly, though, to stay in front of the 21 again. No lap traffic now. We're going to try to go up a little bit higher. Now he cuts low. And that time he got it to stick. What a diamond cut in the center of 3 and 4. And back to the lead goes Harvick. Busch trying to battle back again on the outside. It's Luke Nixon in the 63 car that Harvick is just trying to use as a pick to keep Kyle Busch behind him. 21 laps to go at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Busch again trying to get the drive. He gets tight now and kind of overruns turns 3 and 4. And Luke Nixon, the lap car, going to get underneath Busch off the exit of 4:20 to go. Bought Harvick about another corner. That was about it. Next lap in turn 3, he is right there. I assume Kyle Busch will use the bumper. He's used it plenty of times tonight. Harvick has a few times as well. These two are racing for a championship. Just 12 races to go after tonight at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Busch trying to get there. Harvick going to block down the back straightaway. Protective line into the corner, but Harvick gets sideways, and Kyle Busch is on the outside looking for the lead again. Harvick can't quite clear the 5. Kyle Busch is going to try the outside. Harvick slides again into turn 3. Trying to side draft Kyle Busch through the corner and not allow Kyle to clear him. That time Harvick didn't get loose, and he's able to clear. Off of turn 4, he clears Kyle Busch, 16 to go. Oh, Busch got tight, but Harvick got loose, and he walks up the track as well. Quarter tank of fuel left. Fuel is plenty good to the end. These guys are good on fuel. It was a one-stop race. They made their green flag stop already. Just 15 to go now to decide things. Harvick wiggled just a tad again. Harvick slides on corner entry that time as Kyle Busch tries to get around him, and he can't do it. Right rear down into the yellow now for Harvick. Busch is trying to get there. He is underneath Harvick for a brief moment, but then Harvick got the run off the exit of 2. Now it's Kyle Busch to the outside with a deep dive into 3. And again, Harvick fends him off with a block. Harvick puts himself in the wall, but hangs on to the lead. Maybe Harvick does hold on to the lead. And now Busch is underneath into 3. Harvick couldn't defend it. And now he bumped him out of the way off turn 4. A bump and run for Harvick to get back to the lead now into turn 1. Just enough to loosen him up off the exit of 4. Busch led that lap, and then Harvick takes the lead again on the following lap. 10 laps to go this time by. It's the Harvick and Kyle Busch show once again in the NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 Busch Series. Harvick slides the tires into turn 1, but again holds on to the lead. Really, both cars have been sliding around a lot here over the last 20 laps or so. Harvick pinned to the bottom really well that time. 9 more laps. Lap cars are side by side in front of the 21. Harvick trying to get underneath him for now. 8 laps to go. Contact way further up ahead with the lap traffic. Well, Harvick almost got picked behind the 56, and Busch almost got to the inside of the 21. Harvick really wants to get around that 56 car. 7 to go. He tries to side draft him down the front stretch. He gets a little loose getting into the corner. He will clear him off turn 2. Now Kyle Busch trying to do the same. Harvick runs a little wide into 3. More contact, the lap cars up there, and that little bit of a mistake into 3 opens the door up for Busch again on the bottom. All clear. Harvick trying to cross Kyle Busch over into 3. Slides the tires. Clear back again. 5 laps to go. The battle's not done yet. Neither is the lap traffic, I'm afraid. Harvick just can't roll the inside of the track. Kyle Busch again looking for a crossover of his own. Will he clear? Forcefully, yes. 4 to go for Kyle Busch. Harvick underneath. Oh, they're checking up. We got a car up in smoke down the back straightaway. Harvick's trying to get by on the outside. Oh, that just stacked everybody up. 3 laps to go as we stay green. Kyle Busch is a few car lengths back. Somehow Harvick was able to sneak by on the outside and pass a few more lap cars. Smoking lap car did make it into the pits. Busch takes another dive. Harvick with a block in the center of 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. And will Busch use the bumper? Will he have to use the bumper? He's been able to pass Harvick cleanly a few times here late in the going. Still about 3 more lap cars right in front of Harvick. Harvick down to the bottom. Final lap of the race. It's Drew Campbell in the 131 down there. Harvick slides up the track. Harvick slides up the racetrack. Busch is trying to get underneath him. Harvick gonna try to throw the block. Busch goes up. And into the wall goes Kyle Busch. Busch overdrove the corner. And Kevin Harvick is gonna win at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Kyle Busch overdrove the corner trying to get the Harvick's back bumper, and it's Kevin Harvick who goes to victory lane. Busch put it in the wall trying to get to Harvick in that final turn. Beating and banging all night long between the 21 and the 5, and Harvick again is going to best Kyle Busch. Both cars went up the track at 3 and 4, but Busch got into the wall. Harvick kept it off the wall, therefore was able to get the drive off the exit of the corner to pull away. 12 races to go, and Harvick will slightly, and I mean slightly, extend that points lead. He needed this win because Kyle Busch led the most laps tonight. Kyle would have had a max points day if he won the race. Harvick would have lost about 15 points to him, even with a second place finish. Instead, I think Harvick will get +5 on Kyle Busch with the win. And those are the only two cars on the lead lap. A very quick race, 1 hour and 5 minutes. Only one caution for incident that came out in the second half of this race here tonight. Kyle Busch led 128 laps. Harvick led 64. Ron Hornaday Jr. led 7 during the green flag stops, and Tiny Buchanan led 1 lap during green flag stops. Those are the only leaders in this race. 30 lead changes in this race, and outside of the 3 during green flag pit stops, it was basically between Harvick and Busch making all those lead changes, especially the ones in those final 20 to 30 laps, set up for that incredible finish. Yeah, Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. You did join at the right time. Just in time to see the thrilling finish. And now we'll take a look at the point standings going into the next race this season. Not sure exactly where the next race is. That's Michigan for the Cabela's 250. So Michigan International Speedway will be the next race. That will be on the channel tomorrow night. 125 laps, 250 miles at my home track. All right. So that will be tomorrow night with the start time between 8:30 and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And now we'll take a look at the point standings following IRP here tonight. A 101 point lead right now for Kevin Harvick over Kyle Busch. Bobby Hamilton Jr. still in third in points rather. 260 back. Ron Hornaday 294 back in fourth, and then a big gap back to Kenny Wallace in fifth, who has barely had a David Stremme in sixth. Again, 190 points is the max amount of points you could score in a single race. So 101 points, Kyle Busch could still easily mathematically take the lead away within one race. And as close as they are running here, if one of these two drivers DNFs or makes a huge mistake with a bad finish on pit strategy or something of that nature, it can cost them vitally. We'll tune in tomorrow night to see what happens next on this NASCAR Busch Series chase for the Cup NASCAR 2005 playthrough. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the next episode. And also tune in for a special new kind of stream tomorrow afternoon as well. Throwback Thursday edition. That's all I'm going to say about it right now. You guys can tune in, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss an upload, because you won't want to miss a thing. Catch you tomorrow, guys. Thanks again.